Let's take a look at the real estate trends for the Albuquerque housing market. It's Tego Venturi with Venturi Group of Real Broker here in Albuquerque, looking at the real estate market like I always do. And we're going to start right here. So what we're looking at, just to give you a breakdown here, we're looking at all homes for sale in the greater Albuquerque area. These are single family homes in the entire metro area. And the big conversation nationally everywhere in real estate is few homes on the market, very few homes on the market. And we see that here in Albuquerque. So if I hover over here on the 2023 line here, you'll see that we're above 2021, about equal with 2020. And of course, in 2020, it continued to drop that year. So we're still at a very low number of homes on the market here in Albuquerque, and there doesn't seem to be any let up in the future. Now, it has grown. Like if we just zoom into let's do this here. If we just zoom in to 2023, you can see we've definitely increased since the lows we hit in mid-May, but still very, very low historically when you compare it, especially to years like 2019 and 2020, or 2019 and 2018. Yeah. New listings, this is also one of the big stories. Not as many people listing their homes for sale. You can see, comparing it to the past 6 years, still at very low levels, not as many people putting their homes on the market. And we continue to see that trend. Now, we're going to talk about demand here in a second. I'll get to that. I want to talk about pricing though next. And what we're looking at is median list price. These are homes that are listed for sale. And what is the median price of all those homes on the market? It's a good indicator of kind of pricing trends and where things are going to be in the future. It's a very early indicator of pricing trends. Now, you can see if we look at 2023, it's actually dropped since these peaks back here in May, June. And it's pulled back now to still above, year over year, but it has pulled back from the peaks. Now, it's not unusual. You can kind of see that in this line. It's probably more dramatic. Last year, we had a big peak in prices last year in May, June, and then it kind of pulled back all the way through into winter. And then starting at the beginning of the year on the black line here, it continued to go up all the way through again till our peak in June or so, and we've seen a pullback from that. But I do want to point out one thing. We're talking about median price, and median square footage has actually gone down as well. So if we look at this, we're comparing median price to the median size of home. Again, this is a very normal seasonal pattern where bigger homes sell in the spring for families. That generally is what's happening. You're seeing bigger homes, bigger square footage, more expensive homes selling in the spring and summer. And then we see smaller homes on the market coming through into the fall and winter. And you can see that here in the trend. Again, we're comparing median price to median square foot, and the trend line's almost identical. Now, you can see median price has dropped more. But let's go back to the price per square foot, which is a little bit kind of gets rid of some of that concern regarding the size of home. And you can see if we look at 2023, it has pulled back a little bit, but it's more or less flat. So a little bit of pricing pressure for people selling their homes, just something to keep in mind. You got to stay priced in the market, staying in the range. There are buyers out there, but the number of buyers has slowed down. So let's look at that. I've got a chart here, this one. This is foot traffic is what I call it. Number of people actually looking at homes. These are actual scheduled showings of homes on the market. In this gold line here, the lower line, that's this year. This is based on starting at 0 at the first of the year. And you can see based on this chart that it has dropped since the peaks back in May and June. Again, pretty normal. The other line here, the blue line, is last year. Again, foot traffic is down from earlier in the year and is dropping. So you got to keep that in mind when you're putting a home on the market. It is good news for buyers. Unfortunately, the bad news for buyers is mortgage rates. We're now 7.25%, 7.5% for very well qualified buyers on a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. You can see the chart here. We had a real big spike here in the last, let's say, month or so, which I think has pushed some people out of the market. Um, Mortgage rates are stubbornly high, and there's no big sign of that changing anytime soon. But it goes up and down. You can see the volatility here in the charts. So the quick take on the real estate market is low supply, kind of not so good demand, low demand, but plenty of demand to keep prices going up, and high interest rates and challenge for affordability. This is not just an Albuquerque story. This is a nationwide story, and there's a lot of people working on solutions for this, but there doesn't seem to be any quick fixes for the affordability challenges until mortgage rates come down. And unfortunately, for mortgage rates to come down, the economy's got to be poor to bring mortgage rates down. And right now, the economy is doing very well. So it's an odd place. We all need a place to live. So if you've got any questions about real estate and you want some help, reach out to us. We're the Venturi Group at Real Broker, 505-448-8888 here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Take care.